right here. They're already all on those players. They're already all on those players. Look, they're already all on those players. So it forces Marseille to use Rudy to at the build up of the play, because Paris, we know Paris that's how they win the Champions League. They were ready to press every single time. So the center back were pressed. So the only way was either to play long ball or to exit to Rulli, because he couldn't play on his feet as well. Which what they did. They noticed that they were getting pressed too much. They decided to change the build-up play. Now they were in long balls, and then the second balls were already most of the time it was won by Greenwood on top or Guiri, but most of the times it was what they do. Big time, it's about Larry. Welcome back with a new video. Today I got the special. I'm happy Marseille won against PSG. It's been 14 years since I've seen my favorite, my boyhood's team win against our biggest rival. But before we jump into today's video, please make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like. Let's jump to this video. All right, boys, again, just a quick end of parenthesis, nothing to do with the video, but shout out to Dembele Ousmane for the Ballon d'Or. Well deserved. The dude shot his ass off out there. After the incredible season, the lows he has in the beginning of his career with Barcelona, the injuries, I'm so happy. I'm so proud for Dembele. But let's jump into today's topic. The main topic today is the masterpiece, the masterclass that the Zerbi delivered at the Velodrome against Luis Enrique. I think this is one of the best games of the season, one of his best games since he left Brighton. We're going to break it down today, and then I'm going to let you guys know what went well for Marseille and what didn't good for PSG. And again, we all understand. I know Doué wasn't there. Barcola wasn't there. Dembele wasn't there. You can have, you can believe what you want. That's your problem, right? As far as me, I know we won. Hey, do what you want to do with them not being here, right? So I got a couple clips here. We're gonna break down some plays, and then we're gonna go over it. We're gonna review it together. You guys let me know what you think in the comment. Here you can see the first play here, right? So something that really shocking. Marseille come on a 4-2-3-1. But they were actually defending with 5 defenders, 5 in the back, right? So most of the time you notice here, 1 second here. So most of the time you notice Marseille have back Timothy Weah. Timothy Weah will drop, and then they will form like a defensive, like with the back shape, with the 5 in the back, right? You see Pavard here, he will tucked in. Actually, let me make it easier for you guys to understand. I think it's better if I draw it this way. You guys will understand better the shape and how depth Marseille actually dominated the game. So this is the wide area here. You have the wide area. Here you got half space. Here you have the middle area. And then same here as it goes, right? So actually, middle is those two right here, and then middle here as well, and then half again, and then wide again, right? So I think defensively, what the Zerbi was looking into is to really lock down the middle, mostly coming from the back, knowing that PSG has their fullback getting inside every single time when they get the ball. So he want to overload that area in the middle, so to make sure that PSG struggle as they will progress up the line. Here you will see we have Timothy Weah here, always dropping. He delivered an insane performance. I think for me, he was one of the best player in the game. He's actually the man of the match for me. Again, just me. Delivered an amazing performance. As you guys can see, Marseille has a player or two, not to say, in every single area of the space here on the field. So which is really insane, because he helped them drop quicker, and then also make sure they can counter parry quicker as well. And then one of the things I want to mention here as well is look at the formation shape with what Marseille defend, right? So here Marseille, they go on they have a 5-3-2, which sometimes they were on 5-4-1, but it get interesting as we go on, and I will show you guys why. So here's another defensive shape for Marseille again. You can again still be seeing the famous 5-3-2 here as well. And then you can see how they were really well organized, disciplined. They knew what they want to do with the ball. They were really coming back in shape when they were out of shape, coming back in shape quick. So Paris could shift the game left and right. It was hard for them to really find their space and to combine. Obviously, they didn't have the top quality player today, but somebody like Kvaratskhelia really struggled today with Weah being on him 24/7. Somebody like Nuno struggled as well with Weah being on him 24/7. So let's go with this clip. Marseille build up play, right? For people that actually watch the game, you will notice in the beginning of the game, Marseille was actually trying to build up with their center back and their goalie. And as the game progressed, they play those long ball because look, right here, you see Paris already up on the, okay, right here, look, Paris, they're already here. They're already here. Paris is already up, ready to go for the pressing right here, right here. They're already all on those players. They're already all on those players. Look, they're already all on those players. So it forces Marseille to use Rudy to at the build-up of the play because Paris, we know Paris that's how they win the Champions League. They were ready to press every single time. So the center back were pressed. So the only way was either to play long ball or to exit to Rudy because he could play on his feet as well, which what they did. They noticed that they were getting pressed too much. They decided to change the build-up play. Now they went long balls, and then the second balls were already most of the time it was won by Greenwood on top or Guiri, but most of the times it was a 50-50 ball. So it's better than taking risks in our own half here. Let's take a look at this clip. So this is the clip. This is one of the screenshots from the earlier play, right? So he decided to go here. He goes long here, and then look, you see, now those players now obviously now this player has to step to close. Now where I can step in and support, they can step and support, and he can make the inside run, and then he can come in. So the most important thing here, I think something you want to know is you see how PSG has a high block. All this space right here is widely open because they really want to press the team they're playing against, and that's the high pressing. I think the Zerbi ready to risk Enrique. They were expecting probably Marseille player to make some mistake at the build their play, but which didn't happen because Marseille was just so disciplined. And I'm not even talking because PSG didn't play good. I think PSG played a good football, but today I think Marseille deserve it better in some area of the field. I mean, even here you can easily see. Let me remove that. You can easily see how each, the one-on-one individual markings is always there. Like every single defender of PSG is with a man every single time. Even when they shift sometime in the three in the back with Pacho, Marquinhos, it was really different. It was really different. It's an organized PSG. Marseille was just better again at getting the ball out, at transitioning. Marseille was just better. And then this is what I wanted to mention earlier. Not only defending 5-3-2-1, they were also defending 5-4-1. You can see here sometimes as Timothy Weah will come and make the 5 men here to the 5 back. Greenwood will leave the 10th position and get more in a wide area here on the space where he can more attack easily with his speed and quickness here. Which was really good to see because every time when we win the ball, if Weah is really like down the field, he will come and support in this area a little bit right here. So that was good to see. And then Guiri will be on top by himself. And then we have Pexao up there, and then Holberg here and then really here winning all the balls pretty much it. So typical Barlotti play the only center back, he's free. And then you have Pavard here, and then Aguerd up here. So it was a good game. I think Marseille was solid. The Zerbi won with a plan to beat Enrique. I think Enrique is a great coach. Don't get me wrong. PSG has some good situation as well. Just like here, they build the play. I think we all know Vitinha is the key player for PSG. He will always and still be the key player because this guy, he's just insane. He was able to always find himself free. And then you can see Pacho making this run here or positioning himself here. He kind of free Kvaratskhelia here now. He has space. He can check in to play the ball or he can check out as well, or more on the inside, right? So it's really up to him. But Vitinha here really good on his feet, so smart. He can play that long ball, or whenever make the run here, he can also play that ball through. So PSG, I think they were not lucky. We had also a good really on the goal. He was able to make save. So this is something we have to acknowledge. Marseille goalie had good save. Nevertheless, I think PSG were always able to come in the middle. And then Marseille was not necessarily like, and I'll show you what I'm trying to say here. Actually, I think I have one perfect situation to show you guys here. So Marseille was not necessarily trying to win the ball if they were out of position, right? So for instance, here you see here Marseille was pressing high as well. They were imitating PSG game. They were pressing really high here. Look, they were really high here. But something you will notice here, even here, it's now Vitinha is free here, right? Vitinha is free, but you'll see as Balerdi is stepping on Vitinha, he's not necessarily trying to win the ball. He's just want him to slow down the counter attack. But as he noticed that he's gonna get him out of position, he'll rather stay because Vitinha is in his own half, so it's not as dangerous. Even though the player is dangerous, I think it's mostly dangerous to go follow Kvaratskhelia or Gomez here, Gonzalo Ramos. I'm sorry. So I will show you the same clip in a different, same picture on a different angle here. Hopefully, I still have it somewhere here. You see, so this is so that ball was here. He passed the ball to Vitinha here. Vitinha was here. He passed it to Kvaratskhelia. That made the inside run here, based on the pass screenshot. Now you see Balerdi hold his run, so now he's here fighting. And then up here you can see all the players are ready and making the run. PSG player, even here Nuno Mendes, Timothy Weah is right back there again. The dude was just insane, man, unstoppable. He's ready to close Nuno Mendes at any time, so that was really good to see. And again, I mentioned that earlier, as Marseille was struggling to get the ball out with the build-up with the player, the center back, they decided to play the long balls, which they were more going for the 50-50, which was a better idea than play in the back and try to combine in the back in the build-up phase and lose the ball, right? They rather lose the ball in the middle phase than in their own half, right? So this is something that is really beneficial to Marseille, because Guiri and Greenwood will combine pretty good every single time. Guiri will go for the ball. Greenwood will be on the second man or third man sometimes, and then they will play long to Pexa or Weah. So they already had a situation to get out of any type of pressing from PSG. So it was not something that Marseille was struggling with. But they were struggling on the pass. Sometimes the pass would get sloppy, just like if you watch the game against Madrid on Tuesday, it was kind of how we kind of lost the game and tend to lose a lot of ball in the middle. But I think Marseille had a good game. I think this is a better solution against high pressing team like PSG, because look, they will leave so much space right in the middle here. So even like in a situation where, let's say, this is so much space here, even in a situation where they actually have to go for the ball, like the ball will bounce here, they will still have time to try to get the ball, because the other player are just so far from the ball. So I think that was a good decision that the Zerbi play mid-game there, and I really like that actually. Usual Marseille build-up, you'll see Aguerd right here, and then you will see Balerdi more more in depth than here, but they decide to play long every single time. So now, Rui is telling everybody to step for that long ball, which was pretty much the way the Zerbi wanted to play at some point of the game. He switched plans. Yeah, I think it's a game. Overall, I think Marseille played really well. And I think overall Marseille play. That is also one of the situation here for PSG where you can see PSG, they kind of like took off Apacho to put Kwang. That we're going more offensive here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players attacking. They were, I guess, going all in. And then you can see Marseille also switched to a 5-4-2 now, more to, I guess, prevent the goal or make sure they have numbers in the back, because PSG were overloading the space at some point, mostly these middle areas right here. At the end of the day, I think it was a good game overall. I miss seeing Marseille play some good football like back in the day. Be the most happy about and see Marseille, the way they play and how they beat PSG after this long time. I think Marseille, even like, fighting pretty well against Madrid in the Champions League, I think we get it back to the level where we were a couple years ago, and we've always dreamed. It's been a decade. We haven't really competed at any point really where we were really going for something. We used to be quarterfinal of the Champions League almost every single year before the year 2010, but now to struggling like, mid-table in La Liga. But now with the Zerbi and the new players and players that come with potential, who want to realize their career, like Pat Weah, like Timothée Weah, who want to, go get a spot for the roster for the World Cup, I think it's really great. If you like this video and then you want to see more of those breakdown analysis, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment. Thank you. I appreciate you for coming. See you at the next one. OBT, only big time. Let's get it.